Hello and welcome to Mathematics with D. Today we're going to be doing problem 10 from Homework 6. This problem involves us doing definite integration of some multiplication of trigonometry. And we're going to be doing integrating 45 sine squared x cosine cubed x dx with the bounds of 0 to pi over 2. Now as you can see, I already separated out the constant, so I didn't have to worry about it later. But you always have to worry about it later, so I don't even know why I said that. Now we're going to be using some trig identities as well as some u substitution to be conquering this problem. Mainly sine squared x plus cosine squared x is equal to 1. So let's begin. Alright, first things first on the realist. Just kidding. I separated the constant out, and then I went ahead and separated cosine cubed x into cosine squared x times cosine x times sine squared x. That's just brought down dx. And then with the use of our trig identity sine squared x plus cosine squared x equals 1, you can solve algebraically for cosine squared x to get 1 minus sine squared x is equal to cosine squared x. So I substituted it here. And now I'm left with 1 minus sine squared x times cosine x dx. Then I used u substitution, where I put sine x as u and du equals cosine x dx. Now look at here, how convenient. Cosine x dx is already in the problem. That's always what you aim for in u substitution, is to find the derivative of u in the problem already. So excuse me, bless you. So we used our u substitution, so we're going to be left with 1 minus u squared times u squared du. And don't forget the constant of 45. Now, like I said in my previous video, you can either change the bounds at the end, actually not change the bounds at the end, but resubstitute u at the end, or to change the bounds. I chose to change the bounds, so I put 0 of sine x is equal to 0, and then pi over 2 of sine x is equal to 1. So the new bounds are 0 to 1, and we're left with 45 times the integral from 0 to 1 of 1 minus u squared times u squared du, which multiplies out to u squared minus u to the 4th du. We integrate that by adding 1 to the exponent of each variable and then dividing by that new exponent. So we're left with u squared plus 1 is u cubed divided by the new exponent, which was 3, minus u to the 4th plus 1, so that's u to the 5th divided by the new exponent. And that's going to be integrated, well, not integrated, and that's with the bounds of 0 to 1. And when we plug in 0, we just get 0. When we plug in 1, we get this value right here. I've just strung the constant along. I haven't really talked about it much. That's why I separated it first. And now we're just left with 1 over 3 minus 1 over 5, and that's going to be multiplied by 45. I go ahead and multiply the values in parentheses by the 45. That simplifies to 15 minus 9. And 15 minus 9 is 6, and that is the answer to the problem. Thanks for joining us today.